Hello, shiny, happy people. Welcome to Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're returning, love you guys. So I know that I've been very few and far between videos. It's been a month, guys. It's been a month, and I'm like, I don't want to do another video because I don't want to just be like dumping all this negative energy out there. But it's not negative. This is not a negative video, but I'm not full of all the happy cheer. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. Like that's not the point of this channel. It's about diamond painting, but this is a Wip Chat. And if you are new to diamond painting, Wip Chat stands for WIP, Whip in Progress. This happens to be one of them. And if you are one of my constants, love you people so much, then you know that I am working on, well, maybe you don't know because I'm kind of zoomed in, but this is my Orloa. You might be able to tell from the very, very minimum gapping. This is my Orloa, which means that I must be home, and I am. I am home, guys. And that being said, I'm home alone, and yeah, it's just been a rough recovery. But okay, I want to say, all right, so Whip in Progress, right? This is a Whip in Chat. I'm going to talk to you guys about my life and things that are happening in it, above it, around it, under it, all through it, in and out. And some of it isn't so happy right now, but some of it is really, honestly, blessing. And we're very, 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 very grateful. And yeah, I'm just going to keep you company for however long it is that I spew from the mouth to you. And I'm just going to update you people on what's been going on. If you've been following my Whippin' Chats, then you know my husband had a Whipple, which is a very extensive surgery. And, we understood the surgery aspect of it. We understood how intricate it was. We understood. I'm just making sure I'm recording here because, I've done those things before. But anyway, we understood, how risky and all those things it was, but I don't think we understood. In fact, I know we didn't understand the recovery process of it and just how long and slow that could be. We were kind of under the impression that he would be in the hospital for 6 to 7 days, and we would be home definitely within a couple weeks. If you guys see a lot of jumping in this, it's because I have to stop to blow my nose. So, and obviously I'm going to edit that out anytime I blow my nose. But anyway, yeah, so we weren't quite ready for the extent of the recovery process. So I'm going to start with all the things. Okay, well, first of all, I started this square, and yeah, I decided to turn it into a Whip Chat. Like I have not been diamond painting, and honestly, it got to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, am I even going to want to diamond paint when I'm done? This whole ordeal, I just felt like I couldn't even imagine myself diamond painting. Isn't that weird? I don't even understand how to explain it. But yeah, once I got here and I saw my space, I was like, I just want to diamond paint. So I started to diamond paint, And yeah, I just wanted to like do that and just kind of veg out a little bit with myself. And then I started to decide I wanted to record a video. And with everything that's been going on, and I know this is really choppy and I'm all over the place, but this has been my life. I've been all over the place. I don't even, like, sometimes I don't know which way I'm headed. And yeah, I decided, you know what? I can talk. Let's talk. So, yeah. All right. Let's focus on the really amazing things that are happening. Okay, the first amazing thing is, obviously, Bob did well in the surgery. They were able to accomplish everything they wanted. They removed the tumor. And then the next amazing news that we got was that the surgeon said he has a 99.5% chance of being fully cured of any cancer, and not having a reoccurrence, not requiring any further intervention, because they removed the tumor. It was localized, or I guess that's how they say it. It did not spread. They took the lymph nodes surrounding it. They came back negative for any cancer markings. And yeah, once he recovers from this, it should be, 100%. Well, not 100%. He said 99.5% cure from this neuroendocrine cancer, per se. So yeah, he hit us with that. And honestly, I feel like our reaction must have been kind of like a letdown to him, because, we've been at this point, at the hospital for days and days and days. And, we're so focused on like, okay, what's next? What's next to get home? And, he told us that, and we were just like, wow, that's awesome. And then, that's kind of like how we were. We were like, oh, that's awesome. And then when he left and I'm like typing it to people, I'm like, I don't think we reacted. Probably. It's just like, we're just always taking in so much information, like all the time, like, just trying to understand where we're at and what's happening, that like it was kind of like just another piece of the pie puzzle, sort of, so to speak. Like, I know it sounds crazy, right? And so like I'm typing it, and I just stopped and I said to Bob, I'm like, you understood what he said, right? And I repeated it, and he said, uh-huh. And I'm like, I don't feel like we reacted the way maybe, like, as amazing as that news is, like, I'm like, that's like freaking amazing, that's why we're here. And it's just, I think that, so hyper focused on, okay, well, what do we have to do now to get out of here? But yeah, so obviously, that is our blessing, right? That's the whole reason we went through this. And, that was accomplished. Now it's just, getting home. So that's the first, like, praise Lord, thank you, and all the things. The second thing is that, you know, everything that he's going through is normal. So apparently everything he's going through is absolutely normal. There's nothing, you know, there's no infection. It's just like waiting for the body to adjust to all the things that it's gone through, the trauma it's gone through, and the inflammation and everything else, and waiting for it to just, you know, regulate itself. And it's completely normal. All of this is completely normal. So, you know, nothing that we're waiting for is because, you know, he took steps backwards or anything like that. This is all. And so this is where I feel like we weren't completely understanding the recovery process, because I know neither one of us had any inclination that it could potentially be this long of a journey. So, you know, it's just, you know, at this point, like, the doctor just keeps reiterating, you know, it's just time and patience. So Bob is an extremely patient man. And, you know, the surgeon even said, like, you know, you're handling this amazingly. Like, I get it. You're in this hospital bed. And, you know, Bob's attitude is like, well, you know, what else am I supposed to do? Like, and, you know, that's, you know, while it sounds so simple and normal and like, yeah, you're right. What else, you know, like, it's your body and we're waiting for it. You know, I can tell you, you know, being a nurse, that we often get patients that get angry and they take it out on, you know, the nursing staff or the doctors, when it's like, it's your body we're waiting for, you know, we're just trying to help you. And so, you know, he's really honestly just like the image of the perfect patient, because he's not angry, you know, he's frustrated, obviously, very frustrated, as we all are, but I can imagine he's a lot more frustrated, but he's just such an amazing person. And, you know, they're seeing that firsthand. So I do feel very blessed. So, you know, those are all the good things. Like, those are all the good things. One thing that I guess, like, we were both hit with is that I ended up getting sick. Yes, guys, I got sick. Everyone was telling me, Kim, take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating. Make sure you're sleeping. Make sure you're resting. Make sure, like, don't overdo it. Don't, you know, that's immunity goes down. You're going to get sick. And honestly, I was just like, I'm not going to get sick. Yeah. You know, my mom was like, Kimberly, you're no young no more. I'm like, thanks, Mom. like the wrinkles on the face and the frown lines and all that crap don't remind me every day I look in the mirror. But you guys say it out loud and put it all out there like that. Gotcha. You know, so yeah, I guess I kind of ran myself down, and I ended up coming up with this, I don't know, cough, cold, flu, like whatever. I took a COVID test that was negative, and but, you know, obviously with any symptoms, I'm not allowed to go see him, and it's just honestly like frustrating. You know, I feel completely comfortable with the care there. The care has been amazing. The people, every single worker, and I mean, from housekeeping to volunteers, even to techs, to nursing, to doctors, to security there. They've all been top notch, amazing. But you know, I want to see my Baba, and so it's been hard. But the last thing I want to do is obviously get him sick. And the last thing he wants is to get sick. And trust me, I'm like the biggest baby when I'm sick. I like feel like I can't even stand up. I've said this before, like when I get sick, I feel like I can't even stand up straight. And when I started to feel sick, I was at the hospital and I said to him, you know, I think I better go. My nose is dripping, like my stomach is like upset. I don't know what's going on. I think I should go. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to get sick. You know, he's like, peace. So I ended up going back to the hotel that night, and I was out for the count, guys. I was really messed up. And I was like, I had full body aches, and I was moaning, and just, I was a hot mess. I was a real hot mess. And I was like that for basically like 48 hours straight. It was awful. And I was just taking medicine around the clock. I kept the curtains in the hotel room shut. I had like shoes up against the curtains so that no light could peek in. I left the TV off, and I just pretty much slept as much as I could until, you know, I started having body aches, and then I would take the pain meds. I would take a hot shower. I would sleep more and do that over and over again. And finally, when I felt half decent enough, I was like, I'm going home. Like, I missed my dog. I missed my dog so bad. And, you know, there's nothing like being sick, not in your own bed, not in your own, you know, surroundings. So I left and I came home. And I'm sure you can tell. I can't hear out of one ear, but you can't tell that. That's not what you can tell. I'm sure you can tell from my voice that I'm sick. So I'm hoping, you know, not tomorrow, but the next day that, you know, I'll be able to go see him. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm banking on. So, needless to say, you know, with all of that happening, I obviously, you know, I recorded that one video, and then I switched hotel. Like, all this stuff happened, and I hated the first hotel I was at, and I switched hotels, and then I went to a new hotel, and I loved that hotel, and I thought things were like really looking up. I'm like, oh my God, things are turning my way. And then I got sick like the next day or something ridiculous. So yeah, it's just, it's been a rough few weeks. So that's where I'm at. And I came home, you know, my dog was obviously super happy to see me, and like, so like jumping all over me, but she kept looking for Bob. It was like, and then she ran over to the door and she sat down, and she like howled because she thought he was follow me in. I mean, she knew we left together, and she thought we came back together like we always do when we go on vacation. You know, we come back together. And you know, he didn't come in, and I kept saying he's not here, and she like straight up didn't believe me, and I had to take her outside, and she ran to the car, and she's like looking and waiting for him to come out, and he wasn't coming out. And she just kept looking at the car like, where are you? And, you know, and then I brought her back inside, and then I went and laid in the bed, and she curled up with me for just a minute, and then she went to his side of the bed, and she started crying, and she like howled. I actually have video of that. And she was like, she tried to howl. It's so cute at the end of the video. I'll put it up here. She tried to howl, and nothing came out. But you see her little head go back. Yeah, it was pretty sad. But I took her for a walk, and, you know, she chilled out. Now she's, you know, happy to have one of us home right now, but she's not happy. You know, she's still sad. Poor thing. I wish she understood English so I could explain to her what was going on, but she's such a good dog. So you might start hearing pug snores in the background. So I wanted to do this Wip Chat because I, you know, obviously haven't been on here. I wanted to just let you guys know what was going on. And then, you know, after this, I have a couple unboxings I want to do. And through this whole thing, you know, my girls, Debbie and Angie, I've been like texting them, you know, on and off, and just kind of like letting them know, you know, complaining and crying to them. They've been awesome. And of course they've been doing all the, like, I've basically done nothing for this event that's coming up, and I feel horrible. But you know, they've taken the reins of the event stuff, and I appreciate them so much. And anyone who's reached out to me and I've talked to in the interim, you know, I appreciate all of you guys. I did get back to some of the comments, obviously, and I know people say you don't have to worry about the comments. And I know that. I just like to, I've read them all. I just like to, you know, write a little something back to everyone. So I will be, this sickness was just, you know, obviously what sickness is. Totally unexpected, and just, you know, put a wrench into a lot of things. So I feel like, yeah, okay. So, you know, I will be getting back to you guys now that I'm feeling better. But so that's all the life things. So yeah, you know, it's not going to be all Wip Chats. Now I'm not really going to do a February in review, because honestly, like, all I did in February was start a bunch of right? Or did I finish anything? Oh yeah, I finished my maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try to record that tomorrow. What day is today? It is kind of late in the month. I just got home. I can still do that. So another thing I missed and I totally forgot about was my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Duh. It was February 18th. February 18th. 1 year on YouTube. And I forgot about it. It was February 18th was 2 days before we left. I was like, oh, I forget what number I'm doing. 2 days before we left for the surgery. So as you can imagine, I was doing a lot of overtime that week. So yeah, it was pretty crazy time, and it slipped my mind. So silly me, silly rabbit. Yeah, I made it a year on YouTube, and I think back to my first Whip and Chat, and I was like, oh, do I think I'm gonna break onto the scene? Well, let me tell you, I was in a conference with I was in a conference call with Mindy from Mindy's Diamond Moments, Maritza from Kiss My Crafts, Grace from GB Maltese, and Lizzie from Lizzie's World of Gems. And yeah, I was like, okay. I was like fangirling, and I'm like, I know you guys. Oh my god. I kept it cool. And then towards the end, I was like, I know you guys. Like, I'm like pointing to the screen, but it's not pointing to anyone but my screen. So yeah. And yeah, I was like fangirling. I was just like, I feel like this is kind of like a big deal. Like, I'm thinking to myself, these are kind of like important people here, and I'm sitting here like, honestly, I was laying in bed because I was in a hotel, and yeah, it was like 10 hours at the hospital that day or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, a year ago, and yeah, I was hanging in a video chat with those lovely ladies. How about that? I'm like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I made it on the scene, the diamond painting world. And yeah, it felt pretty good. But let's see here. So what do I have to do for diamond painting? Like, I mean, I've never had this many whips before in my life. Like, I feel all out of it and discombobulated. Like, all right, I'm working on the All That Jazz. I have, oh geez, what else do I have? I have the Shine from Craftably. I actually wanted to work on that one today, but I left some of because remember, I packed all the drills for all these paintings. So I left all the drills in. I never even put them in the hotel. Like, what was the point? When I got to the hotel, I left them in the truck. And then what was I going to say? Because I got to blow my nose in a second. But what I did take into the hotel was the DP with sparklers, the special drills that I bought for the Shine. Because they were in my kind of like diamond painting basket tote that I took that held like the pen that I was using for everything. I have wax, only blue wax from, I don't even know from where, but blue wax in the multiplace. I have blue wax in this thing because I took my museum putty, my glue dots. Like, I have nothing here. And I realized I could not do, excuse me, I'm going to have to blow my nose. Okay. I could not do. I don't even know what the heck I was talking about now. But anyway, so I have my All That Jazz. I have my Craftably Shine started. I have my Chuck Pinson that I started at the hotel that I don't have a whole lot done on. I have so many things. The angels that I'm still not done. I mean, like, honestly, that thing should have been done, but it just, I didn't feel comfortable anywhere, guys. I didn't feel comfortable anywhere, and I am finally like, you know, I'm a homebody. Like, I talk about that all the time. I don't like to go anywhere, so it was very difficult being, you know, in these hotels by myself, and yeah, it just was difficult, and I just didn't feel comfortable. Like, I didn't feel comfortable diamond painting in the hotel. I felt like the lighting was very poor, you know, and I was only there, you know, I left fairly early in the morning. So it's like I just wasn't getting a lot done anywhere. And so I have, what is that? I have 4 paintings that I started, right? I kitted up the rainbow poop, so that's kitted up and ready to go, but I didn't start it. So I'm going to do that one for Pride Month. I'm not going to start that because I have too many things started. Unless I finish. Now, if I finish the angels at the hospital, it's still a great size to work on at the hospital. I may take it, or I just may like hold on to it for Pride Month, like I said. Because I do have another small star ore that I wouldn't mind doing in the hospital. I think Bob would really like it too. So we'll see. We'll see where it all goes. Let's see what else. Okay, so I have my Craftably showed up, and so I ordered 2 Craftably canvases to help them out, and that showed up. So I'm going to unbox that. Is that a 2? And let's see here. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do next. I'm going through all the numbers here. I'm gonna do number 6. Yeah, all my trays, all my DP Gal creation trays are either in the hotel still. Yeah, I left the hotel even though it was booked, guys. I was like, you know what? I need to be home. I'm thinking about driving back up and getting all my stuff and just canceling the booking, to be honest with you. I feel well enough to do that, and I just am so much happier here. I don't know. I think that's what's going to end up happening today when I'm done this. But anyway, I also need to, speaking of kitting up, kit up my event canvas for the J-Wall event. I'm so excited to get into that canvas, guys. It's not even funny. So, you know, I'm doing Earth Angel from Diamond Painting Deutschland. Yeah, I'm excited I'm going to take you guys through the entire process. I'm going to show you how my brain works and how I break it all down. And yeah, I'm going to give you all the ins and outs of that. I am going to show you exactly what I'm thinking as I'm thinking it. Like, I'm going to talk out loud going through it. I hope it's not boring. But you know, it takes quite a while to get these projects up. Because there's so many colors and so many different types of symbols and stuff. So it's probably going to be like a 2-part or 3-part video. The last time I took you through it, I didn't take you through my grouping process, like how I figured out how I was going to group them. And it took me a very long time to develop that. I'm hoping it doesn't take me as long. If it does, obviously there's going to be a lot of editing, because I'm telling you, hours it took me to figure out how I was grouping those things. But yeah, I think that's it, man. I don't know. I kind of felt like I would go until I ran out of things to say. I don't know. My head still is very foggy. You can probably hear it, how stuffy my nose is. For some reason, when I wake up, I'm Korean, so my eyes look puffy pretty quickly. But when I wake up, since I've been suffering this cold or whatever, my eyes look like I've cried for hours the day before. Looks like I watched the Joy Luck Club. Cry a lot when I watch the Joy Luck Club. So yeah, that's what it looks like when I wake up in the morning. But I hope everyone is doing well and that you're having a good year so far. I mean, all in all, all these little setbacks and things like that, this has been a victory, so I take that away. What we wanted to accomplish was accomplished. And yeah, it's we're very grateful. And I'm so proud of Bob. He is just such an amazing person. And even when he suffers, he's amazing. He doesn't take it out on anybody. He's not nasty to anybody. He takes it all with such grace and just he's very appreciative. Thank you. And it's not because I'm a nurse. It's because that's who he is. That's his nature. He's not one to take out his suffering on to others. That's not who he is. And it's never been who he was. And so, yeah, I'm just, I'm in awe of him because, that's a very rare quality. We're very emotional beings, and, a majority of us, me included, let our emotions, kind of take control a lot. And he's very much in control all the time. I don't know. Is that a Virgo trait? But I think I'm going to end this video. I'm babbling, so I didn't get quite as much done. This is a little more confetti heavy section. But But yeah, it's a beautiful painting, isn't it? All right, guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update, and I'm not going to be talking about this every video that comes out from here on out. Like, I just wanted to let you know where we stand, let you know we are good. It is just a slow process, and we're in it to win it. And yeah, you're going to be seeing some other kinds of videos, and when I have the time, because I'm going to be traveling a lot to go up there every day once I'm over all of this mess, and spend, you know, the majority of the day up there. But all right, guys, you have a, oh, if you liked this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out, and if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.